Right. So, Ruan May's trailer came out today. Her teaser we took a look at last time, which I thought was fantastic, right? This Myriad Celestia thing here. I thought that was great. Um, but now we have Russia trailer. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm assuming it's be more on the practical side of her, or like a more like focusing more on her as a unit in the game or as a character. But yeah, let's go ahead. This is the Runway trailer. In all does life flow.
The soft wind beckons the early spring.
Okay, so right off
A
the bat,
joyous mood does it bring.
I really like how they always have this like through line
That chilly wake from
symbolism
rest,
of the DNA
plum
strands.
blossom in a mess. Where is the home I miss? Only remembered in drunken bliss. Oh, looks like it's tea time. Without accelerating or postponing the arrival of death, life will always wither. A never-ending cycle of melodies. The core of all existence is unity.
These little cats, which I'm assuming are like products of her
Sometimes
research.
waiting around is also a change.
Oh.
Oh? The results are beyond my expectations. Every petal in life's garden will meet a day when it is torn away by the wind's call. Fret not. You still hold academic value.
Wow. Okay, that last line was a little ominous, wasn't it? So I'm gonna say right away, I feel like she is like one or two ethics violations away from just becoming a straight up villain. It's kind of that idea of science without, or progress rather, without restraint or restriction, where you just kind of do stuff because you can, and as a result, or not even that, or like you do stuff and you assume like the ends justify the means, right? Or that what you produce as a result is worth more than what you had to give up to get there, which you know, maybe not the best mindset to have. I mean, that's the sense I get just from the way that she speaks and what she's done so far. Like, so here, right? I mean, so far, right, from what we've seen of the propagation, which I assume these bugs are, um, it's been in the simulated universe. But this decidedly looks like not the simulated universe, which makes me think she's propagating them herself for research purposes. Which makes me think this is going to be a like Jurassic Park sort of deal where we've cultivated them and now they've escaped. Which I mean, like it's that whole idea of, you know, you can do it, but should you? I don't know. Um, she does have a really. Let me see. She says a line here somewhere. Here.
A never-ending cycle of melodies. The core of all existence is unity.
Not quite. A little farther back. Here.
Without accelerating
Here we go.
or postponing the arrival of death, life will always wither.
Right. So she has a lot of allusions to
You still hold at the wind's
death,
call.
right?
Fret not away. By the garden, we'll meet a day when it is torn away.
It's torn away, right? Which implies death. Her character seems so okay. So first of all, the way that she speaks, it was also in the last trailer, but she kind of parses down like life and like all of these things that we kind of just take as like a unit or as a whole into like their individual, she parses them down into like their individual constituent pieces, right? Like she'll talk about the processes of which constitute life, or how you can replicate certain emotions or behaviors, which we saw a bit more of in the other trailer in her Myriad Celestia. So I mean that does fit with like the whole scientist background, but it also makes me think that she has like this kind of obsession with I don't know, distilling the world around her into like very base terms. Um, so even when she's like talking about life and death, what it makes me think of is that she's like in her quest to find like the perfect life form, or create the perfect life form rather, almost like it's almost like she's looking for a way to surpass like the bounds of mortality, right, of life. Um, which again, supervillain status. I'm not saying she's gonna be supervillain, but that is the direction that this is kind of leading me in. Which I think is very interesting for a character. Obviously, we'll have to wait until like we actually get her and like see her story points and all that stuff. But from her trailers, I think she provides like a really interesting conundrum. What else? Right. I really like the way they have like these DNA strands just as a through line through all of her videos and like throughout the video itself, because it's not super in your face, right? It's not super intrusive. It fits the aesthetic, like it ties it all together very well. That's a good place to pause. Which kind of drives home the idea that like this is an intrinsic part of her character, like on top of her hobby of, I guess, playing music. This is really the core of her character, this whole idea of manipulating life. I think having music as a like hobby as well kind of is an interesting point, because I mean it does serve to show her like, I guess, more high class stature, but also music is very very heavily aligned with math. I took a bit of a music theory course in college. It was like an elective that you had to take. Like you had to take an elective, and that's what I took. And like a lot of it was just math and how things resonate and how harmonics sound and all that garbage. That was very, very technical, which I think it's very interesting to have this as her like a defining characteristic point trait, just because it kind of fits in with the whole meticulous base desire for perfection. Yeah, I've been rambling again. Holy shit. What did I talk about for like the last 3 minutes? Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, like again, I think we're gonna get like a Jurassic Park sort of time here, or deal here, where we just kind of let these things loose, or not let them loose, but they escape, and now we're just fucked. That would seem she's able to deal with it. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. This was, I'm gonna be honest, I think the Myriad Celestia trailer was a lot more enthralling than this. I don't think this one was bad by any means, but the Celestia one was definitely a lot more exciting. All right, I want to take a look at the description of the video, right? As one with a sensitive palate, I only need one small bite to judge pastry. I favor seasonal ingredients such as fresh fruits, flowers, and herbs. Pristine slices of life preserved inside a pastry. These provide the best dopamine response. So even when she's just eating, the way she describes what she's eating is a very, scientific like wording. So whoops. I accidentally hit the back button. Yeah, that was Ron May's trailer in all this light flow. That's about it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.